afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to update 8.4. Yes, 8.4 brings a new tech tree, the Polish tech tree, and that's basically what we are going to look at in this video. We're not going to have any gameplay. We're just going to have a look at the tanks and how I feel that the tanks will perform in battle. But also, this update brings the PBR files, obviously, to some tanks, including the M2 Lite here. So the M2 Lite is getting the upgraded graphics. Not sure why Wargaming chose a random tier 1, but yeah, the M2 Lite is getting the upgraded graphics, along with the T57 Heavy, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. Again, I love these updated PBR. They just look great, along with the E100 and the IS7. Of course, the camouflage for these tanks are getting upgraded as well, along with the Emil 1951 and the legendary camouflage for that tank. So a couple more of upgraded PBRs. But mainly this update is all about the new tech tree, and which this is what we are going to have a look at. So it starts from tier 6, which I think, you know, I don't know why, because we have a Polish, is it a Polish tier 1 or no, we don't have a Polish tier 1. It starts from tier 2, then we have a tier 3. Now, we don't have a Polish tier 4, or we don't have a Polish tier 5. And I don't know why Wargaming did that. I mean, they could have just added a whole new Polish line from tier 1, but you know, it doesn't matter. So it does start from the tier 1. Now, the tier 6, and this is the 40 TP Habicha. Yeah, good luck pronouncing these names. So these tanks, I mean, they look all right. They look all right, which we're going to have a look at the stats. Now, the turret on this for a tier 6 isn't that bad at 160 millimeters. DPM 1760. Penetration 160, 210, not too bad. I suppose it will do the job. The premium ammo at 210 will probably get through just about anything, and it's a 225 alpha shot. Aim time is pretty high, as you can see, very high at 4.8. So yeah, it doesn't look too great actually. With the aim time and the dispersion, doesn't look too great. The dispersion's pretty bad and the aim time's pretty bad. It does have 8 degrees of gun depression, and it does go 40 kilometers per hour. Now, what are coming in also this update for these Polish lines, not for the tier 6, and I don't think for the tier 7, is new consumables, which we will have a look at. So on the tier 7 we have the 45 TP Habicha. So looks ugly, to be honest. It does look pretty goddamn ugly. So let's just have a quick look at this. 170 millimeters on the turret, so not too bad. Again, the turret looks okay. With the shape of the turret, I definitely think we can get some bounces on that turret. At just under 2000 DPM, it has a 9-second reload. Penetration 175 and 225, not the best, I don't think, considering the tier 6 has around the same premium ammunition penetration. I don't think that is that great, to be honest, and it has a 290 alpha, 250 on your APCR and 380 on your HE. Again, aim time quite high at 4.8, dispersion is quite high as well, and again it does have 8 degrees of gun depression and 35 kilometers per hour. So it doesn't look too great, to be honest. I don't think this will perform that great. Doesn't have a great hull. The armor's pretty pretty bad. It does have some armor on the turret, and I do think with the shape of that, you will get some bounces. The hatch looks like it's going to be a big weak spot as well. So that is the tier 7. Now, moving up to tier 8, hopefully this is where it starts to get a little bit better. We have the 53 TP, and again, penetration, or it has 220 millimeters of turret armor, which is not quite nice, and 140 on your hull. So this time we have a 1700 DPM, quite a high reload. That's almost a 15-second reload, 225 pen and 265. Again, I don't think that is that great. It's okay. The premium ammo will do the job. HE 61, again, that's not actually so bad. Average damage, you're doing 420 on your AP, 360 on your APCR, and 550 on your HE. Aim time, again, at pretty high at 4.2, dispersion pretty high at 0.384, and again 8 degrees of gun depression, and it goes 40 kilometers per hour. Now, as I've said, with these we also get a new consumable, which is the tungsten. And what this does is, for 20 seconds, allows you to do more alpha. So it gives you more alpha per shot for 20 seconds, and the cooldown is 90. So if you look at Droodles' video, he thinks this is kind of going to be kind of overpowered. I'm not so sure how it will be, but I think that's actually quite a nice consumable, to be honest. Whether they need it and whether it's unfair, yeah, that's a different topic. I mean, I hate all this where some tanks get this, some tanks don't, and now we're getting the Polish line that get the higher alpha. I'm sure I would run that on a few other tanks, and especially, you know, British tanks or anything like that. I do think it is unfair that certain tanks get certain consumables and provisions, etc., and other tanks miss out on that. It is a disadvantage. But also here you can see we have this gear oil, power to rate ratio, engine, all that is better, and we have the gunpowder as well, which is your dispersion. I think it lowers your dispersion for 35, or I don't really look at this, but I know there is some improved gear oil there. Again, average aim speed, etc., power to rate ratio, so that's not too bad. These ain't too bad, to be honest. So the 53 TP, I don't think looks that bad, but I don't think it's going to be great. Honestly, don't think this tank is going to be great. Now, moving up to tier 9, we have the 50 TP. Now, obviously, with the clan event at the moment, the 50 TP prototype, everyone wants to get it. So is this going to be any good? Is it going to be better than the prototype? We will soon find out, but I think it's going to be not too bad. Again, with it does have the consumable where you could do more damage. It goes from tier 8 to tier 10, so all three of these tanks you could do more alpha, which it's good. I think it's good, but I just think it is unfair that certain tanks get it, certain tanks don't. Now, turret 250. Excuse me, turret is 250, so the turret is getting better, and I don't think that's too bad at all. 120 on your hull, so you're not really going to bounce anything on your hull. The side of your turret 160, I think, which is quite strong, and I think this is just like the 50 TP, really. It's all turret. It is all about the turret. If you are not in a hold down position, you're not going to bounce many shots. So it's just under 2000 DPM. Reload is almost 14 seconds. Penetration 250, APCR 303, and 68 on your HE. It has a 460 alpha on your main AP. The aim time, again, is pretty bad at 5.7. That's really bad. And the dispersion 0.364, and again 8 degrees of gun depression, 36 kilometers an hour speed. But of course, with all the provisions, the consumables, etc., you can get it running a little bit quicker if you want. Excuse me. So I don't think this is going to be great, but I don't think it's going to be bad either. So the top of the list is the 60 TP. Now, we have tested this tank, and I absolutely love the tank. It basically is a newer E100, a newer, better E100, because it doesn't have the weak points that the E100 has got. And of course, now, as Droodles has said in his video, you could run this tungsten consumable, which makes it have higher alpha as well. So it's in my opinion, it will be a much better E100. So the turret on this thing at 280, so a very, very nice turret on this tank. And again, the shape of it, I think you will be able to get some bounces. You can see the hatches as well. The hatches are not that big. In fact, they're really, really small. So they're going to be a difficult pen as well. So I think if you wiggle your turrets, if you hold down, wiggle your turret, you will definitely get some bounces with this thing. And it is going to be a hold down tank. So 280 on your turret, 160 on the side, your hull 120, so not great there. Average DPM at 2,400, and of course if you use that consumable you can up the DPM, so not bad DPM to be honest. Reload at 15 seconds, penetration 258, 330, so not bad on your heat, not bad on your AP either, and 80 on your HE. So it does around 600 alpha, and it does 530 on your heat and 680 on your HE. But of course, if you run that new consumable, you can get that up even more. And I can't remember what Doodle's done, but it's around 680, 660, 680 for your average damage for your AP. So that's going to be really, really nice. Aim time 5.7. Again, it is high, but it's got the high alpha gun, and you can understand it being high alpha, high aim time. Dispersion 0.362. And it does have 7 degrees of gun depression, and it also goes 42 kilometers per hour. So I definitely think that this whole new line, I don't think it's going to be anything special until you get to the 60 TP. The 60 TP is where it's all going to be. And like I said, I played the tank, I enjoyed the tank, and now with the new consumable, I think this tank's going to be even better than tested. So hope you enjoy the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the new consumable, the new provisions, and the new tech tree, really. Is this going to be a tank that you try to grind? I mean, I'll get it. I've got 10 million free XP, you know, it's sitting there for these kind of things, new lines. So I'll be able to get the 60 TP straight away, and I've got over 200 million credits. So I'll be able to purchase every single one of them, and I won't play the 60 TP. Maybe I might play it to get the footage for the tank properly when the tanks are released, but I'll probably start from the tier 9, to be honest, because I'm not looking forward to the line. I'm not looking forward to the line. It doesn't look like a great line until you get to that 60 TP. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.